country news at 5. A car accident off of McKinley and 2nd. Now it all starts right here. This is one of the 3 points of contact. This appears to be a violent shooting. Take a look behind me. You can see caution tape. And tonight it has happened. One city in America, Oklahoma City, now with gas under $2 a gallon. And could have not been more quiet as he curled up for a good night's sleep. The only problem is he didn't live there. They not only released the video, they even released the transcript. And here's how it starts. Did you know that 1 in 12 Wyomingites struggle to put enough food on the table every night? It's as simple as this, dropping 1 can of food right here in these bins. Wait no longer, because nominations are out for the 57th annual Grammy Awards. The news announced this morning.
This is vandalism. It's destroying people's property. What else are they capable of?
At least 20 headstones vandalized for no apparent reason.
There's all kinds of really bad headstones too, mausoleums that have been really desecrated. My dad and brother and sisters worked really hard to get Mom that beautiful double heart headstone, and to come over here and see it desecrated for no reason, it just breaks your heart.
Family members visiting their loved ones at Highland Cemetery, greeted by graffiti.
They didn't do any of my family's, but they did some right next to it. It's very disrespectful, and I cried for those people who did it. It's not right at all.
Some tombstones worse than others.
If it's on the white sandstone, that the paint absorbs into that sandstone, so we're not sure if these can be repaired or not.
Families now left to clean up the crime. One family even lending a helping hand to others affected.
My grandpa, my great-grandpa and grandma, their tombstone was attacked, and many others, and we just saw this and saw what was written on it. What they have drawn on it was completely unacceptable and disrespectful, and so my aunt and I, we just came over. We don't know who it was, but we just thought, you know what, they don't deserve to do this. We don't even know them. We don't know who they are. We don't recognize the last name, but we just cleaned it.
And with no surveillance camera in the cemetery, families are hoping someone will come forward.
Parents, you got to be responsible for your kids. You got to know where they're at and what they're doing to other people's property. And if you don't, then you got to pay for it.
It's their busiest day of the year.
December 15th.
The day the U.S. Postal Service receives most of their holiday packages.
I would say just for Casper and itself out of here would probably just say in itself, we'd be pushing close to 1 billion pieces.
And nationwide, the mail carrier expects to ship 15.5 billion cards, letters, and packages.
That mail gets put in one of these sacks.
And if you want to make sure your Christmas gifts arrive on time, all you have to do is head down to the post office.
How are you today?
Good. And trust me, it's worth the wait. All you have to do is make sure you drop those packages off by December 15th.
It just gives us a bigger advantage.
An advantage of making sure your package is delivered on time.
I like to send them early.
Usually it's right around the first week, December I send the stuff.
Are all of these packages for Christmas?
They are. All of them, all 4 of them. Got them going to South Carolina, Missouri, and Nebraska.
Goes through here and then it sorts it.
And good news, no matter where you're sending them, the cost hasn't gone up.
It's going to vary from the weight of the package and where it's going.
Now to the not so good news. Procrastinators, listen up. The wait could weigh on your wallet at the register.
Be prepared to pay a hefty cost.
Or the ultimate holiday foul, someone getting a Christmas gift after Christmas.
I've received packages on Christmas Eve before, and then I've received packages the day after Christmas.
So remember, December 15th, because
you don't want somebody saying they didn't get nothing from Aunt Paula and Uncle Dale, so we have to get it out.
You're looking at the 2014 American Grand Champions. The Trojans taking home top honors in the senior rec division, a goal that's been years in the making.
We had the motivation to want to do better than last year.
Last year, the team took second, just 1 spot shy of first place.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I think we could go down and beat this Hawaii team that's never been beat.
And they did it. They beat Hawaii in what was a tight competition, coming down to a fraction of a point.
We were winning by .75, so that was right on the edge of the line. We had to win. We had to push.
Before we went out there, I'm like, you seniors, this is it. This is our last time in Vegas. Some of you guys might not be back to cheer again. This is the last time you 31 cheer all together. You leave it on the mat. Leave it on the mat.
For the championship routine, the squad had 2 minutes and 30 seconds to give it their all.
As soon as we run onto the mat, then there's lights flashing everywhere, and it's super crazy. But as soon as the music hits, you just know what you have to do.
I was scared to death whenever I was going out there, but then it's just like, wow.
Wow is right, because the team made up of 31 Trojans proved practice makes perfect.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We practice mornings, we practice nights for hours.
For those that argue cheer is not a sport, the squad that bleeds green and white, the 2014 national champions say you're right, because it's so much more.
For me, it really bothers me when people say that, because we do so much that some people couldn't even do themselves.
Do it in front, so line up on the red line.
Head coach Christy Becky is no stranger when it comes to coaching. With 16 years under her belt, this new title is an honor, not just for the school, but for the Cowboy State.
We're not just Kelly Walsh. We're not just Casper. We are Wyoming. We are going down, and when they ask where you're from, you say Wyoming.
Great job, Kelly Walsh High School.
Reporting in Casper, Angelica Lombardi.